Well, Chris and Andrea, thank you so much for joining me at infamoushorrors.com. What got you into Possessor Uncut?
Um, like how did we get
Yeah, how did you get
part
involved?
of it?
Yeah.
A long time ago, not a long time ago, but I got an email from Brandon about it, and I had already seen his movie and loved it, and met with him shortly after in New York, and I don't know, it was kind of like it was a no-brainer for me. The script was precise and economic and smart and being able to do a character where you're essentially playing two people is like kind of like, you know, actor wet dream. So uh, it was pretty easy.
And Andrea, how about you?
Similar. Shortly after that, shortly after Chris was on board, I was sent the script, and then I agreed to meet Brandon. I just really think he's an extraordinary director. I'd loved his first film, and I couldn't help but say yes.
And this movie was a little bit of a mind bender. So when you two were reading the script at first, did you have to read through it multiple times? Because I felt like it required multiple viewings after I finished it the first time. So when you guys were preparing, reading the script, what were your thoughts after reading the script?
Um, uh, well, the movie. It's funny because the movie is it's very visual. So a lot of like those elements that are in the movie that were whether they're kind of camera tricks and stuff. That's not necessarily on the page. So I think that adds a lot of the visual elements. Kind of, I think, add to the mayhem of the movie. But I think no, I think the script was pretty. It was engaging and kind of easy to read. I'm not saying the material is easy material, but it was very, to me, it was very clear. The characters were clear, and what's happening was very clear. So to read it again was only for out of enjoyment.
Andrea?
I mean, yeah, I echo those sentiments. I felt the same too. I felt it was very clear.
And how was it like for both of you to be working with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Vincent on this film? Because those are two legendary actors in the business, and they've been around for so long. How was it like working with those veterans on set?
I mean, just extraordinary. Jennifer is a consummate professional. She was actually going through. She was going through some pain. She had like an eye thing going on, and she just gave a sterling performance. Was just incredible, and everyone was, I felt like we were all holding our breath watching her. It was a real pleasure.
Yeah, I agree. You said Jennifer and Sean, is that what you said?
Vincent, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sean was amazing, presence off screen and on screen, and really enjoyed working with him. And Jennifer, I didn't get to work with Jennifer on this. That was all Andrea. But Jennifer and I had done a play together years ago, and I love her.
And while filming Possessor Uncut, were there any difficult scenes for you guys to film when you were on set with Brandon? Like, given the physical nature, or was there just anything kind of difficult to film?
I mean, and please tell me if I'm wrong here, Chris, but pretty much everything. I mean, there was a huge sense of ease because Brandon has a very clear vision. He's him and his DP Kareem are so prepared and they've imagined everything before you're there. In a sense, you kind of slot in, so there's a huge sense of ease to it in that way. But in terms of its difficulty, both of where we both had to go psychologically on a daily basis was pretty extraordinary. So I would say it was all pretty difficult.
I agree.
And this year being so odd with how movies are being released, how do you guys kind of react to the drive-ins making a comeback? And with this film, it would be kind of cool to see this kind of retro visual film at a drive-in with people. So how do you feel about your film being released on drive-in screens?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's really excited, really excited. It's strangely fitting.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, obviously, this is all within the hope that everything's temporary. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
for the time being, I think it's a cool way to see it. I mean, obviously, it would be nice if it was both regular theaters and drive-ins. But yeah, I think it very fitting in that way too. So can't complain.
Yeah, with the visual and the sounds myself, I would love to see this in IMAX or Dolby Cinema myself.
Right.
But, you know, it is what it is this year. And guys, thank you so much for joining me at infamoushorrors.com today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope you guys stay safe and have a good week.
You as well.
AJ, you too.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.